Hey everybody, this is Jaster with the Southeast Bigfoot Research Organization, and tonight we're coming to you with some quick news regarding the Capturing Bigfoot documentary and some things that have come out that I've seen on the internet that I haven't necessarily seen on YouTube so far. So, what we've got in front of us is a schedule update for the 2026 Overlook Film Festival, and I'm just going to read it verbatim really quick so we can go ahead and get into the discussion. So, hello, Overlook pass holders. There's been a change to the lineup and schedule. Unfortunately, Capturing Bigfoot has been reluctantly pulled from the schedule and all future screenings for the time being by the film team due to a pending issue regarding serious piracy concerns that could impact its sale. We understand and respect their decisions, and the Overlook wishes to support what's best for the film. If you are planning on seeing the film, please check the schedule for another selection. We will also be announcing some additional programming on Monday with an exclusive registration window for both final girls and campers that may also be of interest. So, it's been a little bit since this come out. I was planning on making a video on this earlier in the week, but some other stuff got in the way. Now, I kind of want to talk about this because this is something that I think we've been discussing a little bit, but it hasn't really been discussed outright. It's kind of been the elephant in the room here. I think that they are really scared that people are going to record this and go ahead and leak it, and I think they have ample reason for being concerned, especially with the leak with the new Avatar: The Last Airbender movie that was leaked out online, and now it's been seen by millions of people. That's a lot of potential revenue lost, right? So anybody in the film industry takes this issue very seriously, and you can't really get mad at anybody that does. Here's the thing, is that I don't really believe that people in this part of the media industry really understand how hype trains and that kind of thing really work with people in the Bigfoot world, right? So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and discuss a little bit what a hype train is for people that don't understand. It is a marketing tactic mostly used in the early 2000s and 2010s where you would delay actual release of the thing, or you would post announcement trailers for a property way out in advance, and you would just kind of let it cook there, and you would let people talk about it, and you would let people kind of stew on it, and the longer that they stewed on it, the more likely they would be to go ahead and partake in the product. So with the way that things work now in the 2020s, that doesn't necessarily work, I think, the same way that these companies think they do with people, and hype trains can more likely get derailed than not if you don't time the actual release of the property correctly with the hype surrounding whatever it is. And I think we're kind of past that window. Let me explain. So whenever we originally heard about this film, a lot of people were talking about it, right? It was a huge thing across the Bigfoot world, and it sent shockwaves across it, correct? So now that we're a couple months away, or at least a month and a half away, the landscape has dramatically changed already, and not exactly for the better. A lot of people are already kind of frustrated that the film hasn't been released in any way. There's not been any updates, and it's kind of been a radio silent situation regarding any new news regarding the film. Like, this is kind of the first thing we've seen in a couple of weeks outside of an AMA on Reddit that didn't necessarily go anywhere productive. So people are starting to get fed up. And whenever it comes to the logic behind a hype train, it seems as though they're taking the older logic of it, where you can kind of go radio silent and let things kind of cook, and people will get so overreacting of a certain situation that they will go out and partake of the prop. So here we are now. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a lot of people that are so ready for the film to come out that they're willing to go and leak it to other people, right? And that is a huge potential loss of money. And whether or not you support the film or not, I think it's a relevant discussion to be had that somebody's trying to make some money off of it, correct? We've talked about that a couple of times on the show. That's not the big overall point of this film or this video that we're making tonight. The big thing that I'm trying to say is that they're really worried about the sales of the film. They're really worried about the piracy, and because of that, they are getting backed into a corner where they're not talking about anything. They're kind of just waiting until they have something to where they can push off the announcement, more than likely on a bigger company, like maybe Hulu or maybe Paramount. Like, I've kind of heard rumors of Hulu potentially getting the licensing rights to the film, but don't quote me on that. However, what we're looking at is a situation now where people are at the gates demanding to see this film so they can make their judgment call, and these guys are boarded up in their houses just with the lights off, desperately waiting it out, making sure the storm goes away before they actually release the movie, or they get some sort of decision made or some sort of news that they can go out and bring out to everybody. And now we're in this game of chicken where we're waiting on news and they're waiting on more hype to generate potentially for the movie, or at least for the heat to die down before they actually release any news on it. And I don't think that's going to work. So let's go ahead and have a discussion down below. This is going to be a little bit shorter of a video, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the channel. So we really appreciate everything that's been going on here. We've got a lot more people here than we used to. So if you are new to the channel, if you've got any questions about anything Bigfoot related or channel related, go ahead and drop it down here. Let's have a discussion down below. And also, we've got a couple of new ideas coming out down the pipeline. We're wanting to start doing movie reviews for Bigfoot related movies, so that way people that are trying to get into different Bigfoot properties can have an opportunity to get a little bit more of a taste of it before they jump in. But also, we're getting out episode 2 of Bigfoot for beginners. So if you have any questions about the general Bigfoot discussion that you would like to see discussed in Bigfoot for beginners, please list it as well, either anywhere on the channel, either on a post, on the actual Bigfoot for Beginners episode 1, or on this video right here. We'll get all of these questions looked at, and we'll go ahead and try and answer them on the show as well. So, my name's been Jaster with the Southeast Bigfoot Research Organization, and I hope you all have had a wonderful night, and we will talk to you all next time. Bye-bye.